What's up, everyone? This is George from Your Local Musician, and this is episode 9 of the Beats in My Bedroom podcast. Now, of course, I'm not actually in my bedroom. I have a whole room for my studio, but I just thought it was a good title. You know what I mean? Now, what I want to speak about today is I've started reading an awful lot of books over the past several months. I've probably done 10 to 12. That's probably not impressive for some really fast book readers out there, but it's impressive for me. I only ever used to read maybe one a year, whereas I've really ramped that up throughout 2020 because, let's face it, we have the time. But way before that, even before around March time, obviously around January, I really started to kick up with how many books I was reading. Always had a lot of books, but never read them too consistently. Whereas it's grown to be a massive love of mine now. The small thing that I love about reading these books is obviously, if you ever buy a book, read a present, it always feels like a really great present, and it only costs you minimum of a tenner maybe, and maybe even a little bit less, but yeah, other than that, I've just been consuming an awful lot of sort of knowledge. And the book that I specifically want to talk about today is, of course, the 10x rule. Now, you probably think I'm a little bit slow on speaking of this because obviously it has been out for a while now that I notice. Now I've seen a lot of people sort of talk about it, and I would have to say it's probably one of the most influential things that I've read so far this year. And I wanted to make the title of this podcast like something around how to 10x your actions, or why you should 10x your actions, and what 10xing actually means. And what you get from this book is basically, if you are running a business like selling beats online, like selling kits or whatever that you're doing, if you're in the music producer sort of community. So what does 10xing actually mean? So if you're trying to run a business, it sort of means, how do you do 10 times more? Don't just put the standard amount of effort into whatever it is that you're trying to grow. If you're really trying to grab someone's attention, then you need to grab their attention a lot. You need to always be in someone's face. As negative as that sounds, trust me, I mean it as positive. But to 10x your actions basically means to do 10 times more, put 10 times more of the effort in. And what are some things that you can do if for instance, you're trying to 10x your actions, and you're trying to sell beats online, and you're trying to maybe sell kits? What can you do more of? If emails are the things that work, then do 10 times more emails. Work on that craft until you unbelievably can master it, and are the master of it. It's basically around really putting the work in around whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. A lot of people want to achieve certain things, but then they never really want to put the actual work into it. I've been approached by so many people about different business ideas that they want to launch, and but they know nothing about marketing or anything like that, or aren't really willing to put in the time to actually go out there and learn a skill such as SEO, which, if you're going to apply these 10xing rules to learning something like SEO, it will quickly intimidate you. And I'm sitting like a fool. It will quickly intimidate you, especially the amount that you have to sort of learn. So if you're So, for instance, if you're trying to obviously like learn SEO, you've got to learn everything about copywriting and backlinks and all things like that, and technical SEO and things like canonical tags and bits of HTML, bits of CSS and things like that. Obviously, those things aren't completely necessary, but they will certainly help you in success. So it's really sort of influencing you to obviously do 10 times the amount that you are already doing. And so let's face it. So what can we apply this to? If we're trying to grow a YouTube channel and you're only putting out one video a month, that's not going to help. You need to 10x that if you want to see results from it. That means 10xing. So I'm not the best at maths. Excuse me if I get this wrong. So start out by doing 10 videos a month, or doing 10 videos a week. Do 10 videos over 10 days. Put out a video every fucking day, and really make an effort with what it is that you're trying to achieve. Because if no one knows about what you're doing, then it's not going to be a success. And if you're a complainer and not a doer, complaining is going to get you nowhere. You need to do. And if you are not willing to put in the time to do, then I'm sorry to label you as a dreamer. Things for me have only really started to come to fruition, if that's the phrase that I'm looking for. They've only really started to look up positively. But that's after 4 years of not really achieving the mass amounts of success that I want to have. So I've put in 4 years of absolute slugging and being hit back by all sorts of different stuff, the coronavirus, just like everyone else, and other realizations with the business that weren't sort of working, things that I was putting too much time into that I shouldn't have, neglecting the things that were working and trying to make something else work that clearly wasn't. And it's only ever since I sort of started to realise that I was putting time into things that just weren't going anywhere that I started to see a result. I focused on what worked, and it was through me making 10x actions where for me to eventually realise that. And there's lots of, obviously it's not exclusively what the book is on, but it's kind of what it's taught me right now is to is if you're going to do something, do it full steam. Do it full steam ahead. Do not sort of slack on anything. So like so me with the now kit selling, I have become so much more organised and I really feel like in my head I've 10x'd my focus, 10x'd my productivity, and I've got loads of kit ideas that I'm looking to do. I want to do more of this podcast. I want to put out more content, and I'm no longer held down by this thing of having to make X amount of beats every week. Now I only make beats for the fun of it, and honestly, my happiness level has gone from here to well up there, and it's feeling good and it's going good. And if you have something that you feel like you need realizing, if you have something that you feel like you need to shake up a bit, I would encourage you to do it and do the things that you that in your heart you know are going to work. Maybe you have proof that they're working already. This book is a good thing to make you sort of to kick you up the arse. It's really kicked me up the arse over the past few months, and I've really started to apply it to my marketing strategy as a whole, and it's going well. And I encourage you to do the same. Pick up this book. I will leave a link to it in the description. A lot of you probably have it already, but I just wanted to speak on the influence that this book has had on me, and I really encourage you to go out there and apply these rules in your own business. So guys, that was episode 9 of the Beats in My Bedroom podcast. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. If you're on the YouTubes, go ahead and leave a comment and a like and all that good stuff. And if you're on any of the audio platforms, hit the follow or whatever the option is on said platform. Until episode 10,